And I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder. One of the four beasts saying, "Come and see." And I saw, and behold, a white horse.
When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band.
There's 1,000 other guys waiting in the wings who are obsessed with this game. Obsession's gonna be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed?
We have not formally shown this machine, and I'm really excited to showcase you guys what we bought. We bought this in December of this year, a 2025 Cat D5. This is the old D6N, so I actually hate saying that it's a D5 because people are always like, oh, it's just a D5. This is a D6N. They redid all of their units and their models. D5, it's a high track, wide track. Story behind it, this is called the High Five. Now, I call it the High Five because when we were at a lunch with some higher ups from Tormont Equipment, somebody actually mentioned to us that, oh, you guys rented our D5, because in the summertime, we actually utilized a machine like this from Heavy Rent Tormont at the pit, which we'll roll into some clips of that now.
I'm gonna trade this life for fortune and fame. I'd even cut my hair and change my name. Cause we all just wanna be big rock stars and live in hilltop houses driving 15 cars. The girls come easy and the drugs come cheap. Well, I'll stay skinny cause we just won't eat. And we'll hang out in the coolest bars and the VIP with the movie stars. Every good gold digger's gonna wind up there. Every playboy bunny with the bleached blonde hair. And well, hey, I wanna be a rock star.
Okay, so as you can see, that machine worked really well. So they misspoke, they said High Five, and I automatically, in my marketing brain, I'm like, High Five. I love that name. I think that that's awesome. If we buy a D5, we should nickname it the High Five. So that's actually where the D5 sticker normally was, and Jake behind the camera got the font and everything, and we called it the High Five. Biggest thing about this machine, it's dirty, yes, because it's being worked, but that's better because it eliminates the comments from people being like, oh, it's just clean, it's not being used. So it's supposed to be yellow. We painted it black and threw an auto greaser on it. Those are the two things that we did right from factory. Tormont actually worked that into the deal. It worked out really well. And we have clips of us picking this bad boy up in yellow, which we'll roll into right now.
You're gonna have to make such a sick edit for this.
Before we go any further in the video, I definitely want to thank this week's video sponsor is AG1. AG1, if you've watched the channel for a long time, has always been supportive of us and on this channel, what we're doing here. AG1 is something that for over the past year, I've been taking every single morning, and most of the benefits that I feel from it are lasting all day energy. I feel great, I feel alive, I feel energized. Honestly, it's something that I can actually really get behind. And I believe you guys should too. So if you go to drinkag1.com/Kenway Construction, the link's here as well as below, you'll get a free starter pack. And it comes with 30-day supply of AG1, a bunch of drops, a metal spoon, a container, a bunch of really cool things. It's an awesome deal. So make sure to go and check that out. Make yourself start feeling better. It's a new year, but get it going. Start 2025 off solid. Back to the video. Thanks, AG1. So here's the finished product, and here we are. We have a Groeneveld auto greaser, obviously, and the main control for it is up here. Just to kind of do a brief walkthrough of the machine with you guys, we have our badging on it. I left one cat logo on it, and it's that cat logo right up there. I put our Work Harder logo there. I really like the combination. That's our truck. That's truck 18 with our Work Harder logo and our font. The one thing with the auto greaser is if you come in back behind here that I think is we need to build something for is I need to machine something that goes into here, comes up and protects this whole casing, because I mean you can already see stuff's come up over the blade, and if those are twigs or rocks or boulders, that is going to be completely messed up. Go up here, we have some of our side panels. It's a 175 horsepower machine. This is the motor for it. You got your air filter in here and everything. It's all your beautiful, beautiful emissions work in there. That is super annoying and I dislike very much. That's the engine compartment in there. Nice easy access into there. You check your oil through there as well. Your oil dipstick's in here, which is super handy. Up here's coolant. It's probably locked. No, it's not. Somebody can steal our coolant. Coolant is in there. Easy spot to put it. We got our white badging on the windows here. Windows are tinted. I know everyone's gonna ask. 20% all around. That's what we did. That's what we do. Master switch is here. Sorry, not master. Your master's here, in here for the on and off. It's off right now. We'll turn that on because we're gonna run it. That is your def. Beautiful. I hate def. I think it sucks, but if I take it off, it'll void the warranty. So I don't know what actually this is here. So we're gonna find out. I don't know. That just looks like a mess of stuff that I don't want to mess with. Bunch of electronics probably for all the in-cab stuff. Somebody in the comments will know what that is. So driver's side of the machine. So much room in this to like shovel out your tracks. Like this machine is massive for us. Like this is a big step up. This is pretty cool. I've never had a machine that's had to have a ladder to fuel it up. So that's pretty neat. So you can crawl up here, get into your fuel everything up. Shovel holder, which we still don't have a shovel for it, but I want to find like a really nice done black shovel that can sit in there and we can use, which would be really cool. But I think the stairs are probably one of the coolest things. Got our big white back on here. Hydraulic ports for rippers, winch, stuff like that. Got your hookup back here for, I don't know, putting on your rippers or connecting stuff like that. Fill up for the Groeneveld auto greaser. So let's talk auto greasers briefly. A lot of comments on TikTok about auto greasers are pointless, they suck, they're dumb, they're stupid. This is why I do auto greasers on everything new that we've got now. Like I just started that last year. It's peace of mind knowing that if there's guys getting in and out of the machine, the peace of mind is invaluable for me knowing that my machine's being looked after. Second thing is when you're working this thing and it's 40 degrees and you're in a sand pit, the sand gets inside in the morning. So you pumped grease once in the morning. When you do it in the morning, that's great, that's awesome. But halfway through the day, the grease gets really thin, the sand gets in and starts wearing parts. You're getting constant grease with an auto greaser all day, every day. So those 2 points alone make up for, in my mind, the cost of putting in one, which is about $10,000 to $12,000 on a machine like this. In 2 years, ultimately, it pays for itself with guys' time greasing it. You could tell me you can grease this thing in a minute, but in the morning, this is a 15-minute job for a guy. Tubes of grease, batteries are dead in the grease gun. For us, running a business, auto greasers are the Let's get into the fun stuff, which is actually in the cab. So we'll go climb up. So first thing you can see is guys have been wearing their sock feet in there, which is pretty neat. So I guess I will effectively have to do the same because they've gone to all this trouble of keeping it clean. And I guess I can too. I appreciate that. So there's the machine. From your view that you're at right now, sitting down, leather seat. The guys have it buckled, that's good. Heated and cooled heated seat in this. I didn't know that until I got in it the other day, I'll be honest. And I was like, okay, we have a cooled seat now. That's really neat. Door openers are really cool on these. You slap them down from up here. Open them from up here, crank them, leave them open, and when you're ready for them to close, you pull on that top and they close, which is really cool. You got your spot for your feet. When you're operating, it's like a younger, I'll call it Gen Z things, to operate machinery like this when you're sitting on the ground. I like air in my seat. Obviously behind me, cup holders. There's your control for your auto greaser. There's 3 settings, low, medium, high. This would be your control for your ripper or your winch or something for auxiliary hydraulics. We don't have any on right now, so that does nothing. There's your horn button. Behind me here is a cabin air filter, which is super cool. And then blade. And then this here is your steering. And then Jake can pass me the camera and I'll show you from my view. From my view here, I got my climate control here, AC and radio. It's got Bluetooth. I would hope for the price it would. Touchscreen, which I will show you the screen once we start it up. Below it, it has our cubby, which is where your screen would actually go for Trimble there. That's your cubby. You can store stuff in there during the day. So you got camera, backup camera, which is really helpful, but I would still advise to, not do that. Oh, nice. Daniel left us with no DEF fluid. Fantastic. Okay, so I just want to go through a bit of the screens. So I was on gauges. So that's our regular gauge menu. When we go here, this machine comes standard with 2D, which would be your slope assist. So you can have your bucket how you want it, and you can set, okay, I want to run at a 6% grade, and then slope down as well as, and you got to set it whenever you're level, but it'll carry a slope. You wanted to run like a 3% slope around an embankment, you engage it with that button, and it basically does it for you. I'm not saying I'm using it, and I'm not also saying that that's something really fancy and new that we've never seen before. It's just really cool that the cats come with that right away. And it's also ready for 3D. You'll see at the front, got the hookups up there and the masts, but I don't think newer systems don't use the masts, they use the hookups on the roof. You got your camera, if you want to just have camera view. You have all your settings in here. You can change your operator and display settings, which is really cool. And then yeah, you got steer assist and auto carry. What auto carry is your blade's going, it senses when it's overloaded and lifts up, so that you always have a full bucket. I don't use it personally. I think it works all right, but I like doing it myself and feeling it myself. So here, I'm not sure what that is. To be honest with you, I've never used that button yet. What does that do? Maybe that's a slope assist button? Anyways, that's something there. I don't know what it is. This brings your transmission up or down, your speed. And then that's your forward, neutral, reverse, which is different because I'm used to shifting forward, reverse with the actual joystick. And then this is your steering. So it's definitely something to get used to. And then this is actually your blade pivot this way. That's what goes left and right. Where normally I'm used to, you actually crank and twist the actual thing. So you got the actual handle. Cup holder, that's your mic for when you're talking on your cell phone. I don't know what these are. I think they're supposed to be like a cell phone holder, and then you got your windshield wiper controls all up here. You got all your lights. Controls, so put it into dark mode because we said that we're running it at night. And then that is how you rev it up and down. You go like this, and you can go up different sections, and you can go down. I think Jake got scared like I'm gonna run it. But there's your DXL pedal. Down is up and up is down. And then emergency, whap, you hit that, and you will go through the windshield with your head. Lights, LEDs finally in cabs. It looks like halogen on the camera, but finally they're LEDs in the cabs, which is sick. And yeah, all around, honestly, super cool machine. Super impressed by it. And maybe we'll do some in-cab stuff and show you guys actually operating it, running it, because it's a beast. It's a big machine for us. We bought it for the pit and our larger jobs. We're getting on larger stuff. Last year, we spent quite a bit on rentals, and the amount that we put on rentals basically would have paid for payments on one for a year. We expect to do that kind of growth again this year, so we bit the bullet and we bought something like this. It's a big purchase. It definitely is not something, maybe it sounds like it was like, oh yeah, we decided to buy it. A lot of thinking and math had to go into this, but ultimately, at the end of the day, you can do all the math you want. It's how big are your balls, and it's for a company our size. If you're a company that has 1,200 employees, then okay, well, we need to replace a dozer. For us, it takes balls when you're a medium-sized company to take on and leverage this much, finance a piece of equipment like this and hope for the best. But that has always worked for me in my journey of the business. I can't speak for Dad on his part, but I definitely like taking risk. That is for sure. So let's run this beast. Alrighty. Jake is on the outside right now. I'm on the inside. You guys can tell how quiet this thing is. Insane. The insulation they put in these machines. I mean, you're running a 20-ton excavator, a 20-ton bulldozer. It's so smooth how this thing is too. I'll show you guys when I'm pushing. but it has a button on the back end of the trigger, and what it does is shakes the blade for you. So when you get to the top of your push, it actually allows you, and it shakes for you, which is super cool. Man, I love this thing. Like, I could spend all day in this thing, no problem. Like, look at it cut. So see right now what it's doing is it's auto sensing how I'm pushing. So even though I'm set to go 1.7 on my speed, it slows me down to match what I'm actually pushing on my blade so that I don't spin out, which is really cool. So now for this next pass, what I'm gonna do is engage auto carry. Just because I don't even know how well it works. So we're gonna see. Here, auto carry, and then steer assist. I don't know what that is, but we're gonna put all the auto controls on so that we know what is going on. So let's do it. All right. Auto carry's on. Okay, the blade's lifting. Whoa, it's lifting by itself. That is cool. That is really, really cool. If you zone in, Jake, on the blade when I'm pushing, you'll see that it's doing micro adjustments up and down to always make sure that I'm doing or having a full bucket when I'm pushing. And it's doing that totally autonomously on its own. So I'll show you again. All right, auto carry on. So we'll get going on our own. All right. So we're down. Blade is adjusting up. See it go up there and then back down. It's going to work its way down. Now there is, and I can film it if I get it in time. So this is me pushing. I'm not touching the joysticks and it's moving. This is what's letting it know. The green is you're good. See, as I got heavier, it goes to the red. Now I'm lifting up because I'm getting the end of my pile. So it tells you when your blade is full. The green is good, everything else is red is when it starts to adjust. And there's that button. I hit this on the back side and it shakes like that, which is really cool. So that's auto carry. I'll show you again from the inside perspective so that Jake has a bit of different footage from it, because honestly, I didn't even know that it had that, I guess, to be honest with you, and that's really neat, especially for a beginner operator that didn't know or doesn't know. That is really cool. I'll show you guys again here. So auto carry would be on. So auto carry's on. I'm starting my push and I'm touching. So I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna find where I'm happy with digging. Okay, here we go. Now we're digging. Now I'm not touching anything, and you'll watch. You can hear it. It's moving up. And it constantly is giving me a full bucket. All the way to the end, and I haven't touched anything. I'm using two hands on my phone, like this. So now I'll start pulling up, and it'll climb up the pile. That is really cool. I want to show them one of the main reasons why I bought this. I guess I'm yelling just for you. I'm going to show you guys one of the main reasons why I bought this machine was the wide pads for flotation here at the pit, and I'll show you exactly why. Okay, so I want to show you guys exactly what I mean. So I want you to see just how good this is, because showing you an example is the best way to explain why the high track, wide track. Look at this. So you got this spot here. This is, woof, gotta be careful. This is quicksand. The more I go, whoop, the more I go down, see how quickly I get down? That's literally quicksand. Ugh. Yeah, like you don't want to get stuck in there. But I'm gonna show you why we bought the high track. That was an example. If I pulled my 450 in here, you pull something with wheels in here, or even just a regular excavator, you're gone. Not the wide track.
Takes forever to get in because you gotta take your boots off.
Oh, a little bit of clay. This thing just sits right on top. So cool. You know, it's really crazy that, like, how I was sinking in there, and then you got a machine that weighs, you know, 52,000 pounds, and it just floats right on top of that. It's insane. See, I'm right over top of where I was standing right now. In case everybody's like, oh, you're not even going over the same spot. Yeah, I am. Well, that is the Cat D5 brand new dozer that we purchased. And I could not be more happy how it pushes on top of stuff that I ultimately sink in, and this weighs 50,000 pounds and it floats. The auto carry features, the technology in the machine is great. The sizing is perfect for us. I think it's going to be a really good addition here at the pit, and it just looks super badass and it's super fun to run. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Leave me alone now, okay? I'm going to run this thing.